Bonus parents, this is a message to all of my bonus moms, bonus dads too. Step parents, which I don't like step. Okay, so bonus parents matter, and we make a difference in our bonus babies' lives. And I never call my son my bonus son. Even I call him my bonus son, but I don't call him my stepson. And I really don't even call him my bonus son. Only when I'm recording or something like that for the people in the back who like, you ain't had no kids. I did. And everybody always hear me say I didn't birth him, but I birthed him. Let me explain what I mean. I didn't push him out, but spiritually he grew in many, many ways, you know, since he's been in my life and since I've been a full-time bonus mom to him. Since he's been with me every day, I homeschool teach him. I take him to all of his appointments. I do everything a mother does, right? Cook with him, cook for him, care for him. When he's sick, he come to mama. He come to Mama Nina. And I'm gonna share a little bit of our story here. So his dad and I, my husband Vernon and I, and then we have Vernon Jr. So the two V's, V and VJ, Vernon Senior and Vernon Jr. So we met March of 2020. And just so happened we kind of moved a little fast. God moved us fast because everybody knows me know I was celibate. It had been 9 years by the time I met my husband, and we were going on year 10. I hit 10 years. My 10th year was like 2 weeks before my wedding, right? But he said, when you know, you know. And he said he knew that I was his wife. So we got engaged 6 months after meeting and married 3 months after that. Well, you know, my baby boy he was a daddy's boy, right? Now he's a mama's boy. But he was a daddy's boy. And so he liked me, but it was like, wait, y'all, this ain't temporary, this permanent. Wait a minute, what's happening here? And for a while he felt like, you know, he didn't want to share his dad. He didn't mind me being a girlfriend that would see his dad. Like, he would spend every weekend with his dad. So, you know, we would see each other, but it was like he would still, you know, have a lot of time with his dad. But whenever you get married, you know, things change a little bit. So we live together when we're married. And so I'm there. I'm around. I'm in the house. Now, I gave them their space and place, and I gave them their time. And, you know, he would go and be watching movies with him and doing all of the things. But now it's like, oh, she ain't going nowhere. She's not just a girlfriend no more. Being a wife is different from being a girlfriend. And things like that. So, whereas I could call, we can go see her and stuff and then go home, whereas being home is being with her. So, it was a transition for him for a while. And then December 2021, right before we made a year being married, his mom passed from COVID in her sleep. That changed everything. The day she passed, we went and got him. And of course, you know, instantly, okay, things changed. He let me move out of my office. That's now his full bedroom. Not just he's over for the weekends, but he live here now. And so that's, you know, we went through all of the things we needed to go through. The very next day after she passed, I went out. I knew it was important for his dad to stay in the house with him, so I went out and bought him a bed. You know, of course, me and his dad did it together, but I'm saying I went out and did that, changed it, moved out of my office. Me and his dad moved everything out of the office, changed it into his full bedroom, because at that time we only had the 2-bedroom. And so, you know, made all the necessary changes and things like that. And about the first year or so, it was a little bit rough. You know, he had to get accustomed to me, because coming over a step parent house for the weekend versus living with them is two totally different things. And so it was a move opposed to a visit. And so there was a lot of transitions, a lot of different things. And for months, he didn't go for the first 5 months, he didn't go away for the weekend or anything. So it was a transition for me and him. because I went from being a part-time mom to a full-time mom to an 11-year-old. So it was completely different. Completely different for both of us. And we'll get into that more on different videos. But I thought it was important to just kind of let y'all into my life a little bit and just get you to understand like the transition of that, of being a full-time bonus mom, not just a weekend bonus mom. And so and shout out to all the bonus parents, because you do go through those growing changes, growing pains, growing differences, and you have to get to know each other. You got to get to know the ins and outs of each other. You got to get to know what makes, you know, the other person tick and what each other like and all the different things. And so here we are, 2025. He and I are so close. We are, it's like, that's my hip. And I always tell people I had him even though I didn't have him. And so that is my bonus baby. That is my baby, the baby that I didn't have. For whatever reason, God didn't allow me to birth the baby into the world. And, you know, nah, I don't have a birth baby, but I have a bonus son. And he is the most lovable, most caring, most compassionate young man. And boy, he makes sure I don't miss a beat. He makes sure I don't miss a beat. Where you going, Mama Nita? What you doing? Who you doing with? How long you gonna be gone when you come back in the house? He wants time, so I make sure he gets time. I make sure we sit and watch some of his favorite things, or that we cook together, and just doing different things, because that's important to him, and it's important to nurture relationships. I didn't know how to be a mother at first. Like, I help raise kids a lot. I'm a youth pastor, youth mentor, youth leader, all of those things. But I had never pushed a baby out of my own womb where that baby was with me 24/7, okay? Even not just pushing out of the womb, adopting, fostering, any of that. I had never had an experience where a child was with me 24/7. So having a child with me 24/7 that depended on me for everything, that we didn't get a chance to grow together. We had to learn to grow together once he was already with me. And so I'm going to share more about my journey as a bonus mom and try to encourage other bonus parents. And what brought this all about was the other day I did Life as a Bonus Mom with me and him cooking. And I was like, I felt like I should do more of those type of videos to want to encourage the bonus parents and children and those who may end up in situations where you become a bonus parent or bonus child. And my son even wrote in a book, he wanted me to write another youth book, and so I did. And in that book he shared his part of the story of being learning to love me, learning to let go of, you know, the past and all of those things, and just things like that. And so and he was 13 when he did that. He's about to be 15 in just a matter of a few weeks. My baby growing up on me. But not only that, just now, this is a Sunday, and you know, we went and got some Wendy's, and we went home with our Wendy's, and I had got some buffalo spicy nuggets or something like that. I didn't know they had saucy nuggets at Wendy's, so I was like, oh, let me try these saucy nuggets. And so when I got them and I'm at the table, he's like, you've had them before? And I was like, no, I haven't. You sure? Yeah, I'm sure. You had them before. And like, he started debating me. I said, look, stop debating me. I said, I've never had them before. And it hurt his feelings, and he started crying. And he's 14, so that just showed me my baby's so sensitive, and he don't want his mama being mad at him. Like, I had to really talk to him and let him know I wasn't mad at you, just, you know, and things like that. Like, he didn't want me to be mad at him, but that's just the love and affection that we have for each other, and, you know, things like that. But that just also shows you all that even if you didn't birth the child, you could build a relationship that's unbreakable with them. They are just as important as if you push them out, and you can be just as important to them as if you push them out. So stay tuned, because I'm going to share more and encourage more, because bonus parents absolutely matter. Follow the journey. Talk to you soon.